A little 15 minutes of game day uncensored, brought to you by the Lexus TX. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer. People are frustrated. Mike McDaniel, he did have good news for everybody. Here's what he had to say.
You know, I would say the good news and the positive is I don't see how it could be worse. And I also believe in, the coaches and players to get it fixed, because it wasn't, it's just a shame. It's you work behind the scenes for months on end and you don't show any of it. It's frustrating, but that can be a good thing. And that's what I saw from the positive. I also, you could tell, as frustrating as it was, the team didn't splinter and the effort still remained. There's things there, but overall, I'm not trying to, paint a glossy. I'll call it what it is. It wasn't, embarrassing. Not anything that
What the hell is he saying?
Paying fans sign up for.
Yeah. No kidding, dude. Yeah, no kidding.
Time out. I'm sorry, bro. When you got to start, when you answering questions and you got to say we're not splintered, you're splintered. Because nobody asked you that.
You know who's splintered, Vlad?
The fan.
We're splintered.
Yes, I understand.
We've splintered off because you've been sitting here, and you want to know something? Leroy's been doing such an eloquent job today, trying to give you advice to fix your horse's ass offense.
Yeah, he's done a great job. Leroy.
But let me tell you something. Let me break it down for you here, McCoachin. Fix it. That's what we want. You go out there, you do your funny little dance, you say your things with your funny little glasses on, you're making jokey jokes to Dan Marino. What we want you to do, extension, Mike McDaniel, what I want you to do, guru, is fix it. Because the only reason we liked you in the first place was not because of your quirky little press conferences. I want bombs. That's why I was having fun. Because you were putting up 70. And now you have the audacity to tell me, it's just a shame. We prepared so much to do it. And you guys didn't see it. Hey, you want to know something? Obviously, you didn't prepare enough. Because you had this whole camp talking about, we're going to be tough. It's going to be different. It's going to be this. It's going to be that. None of it's happened, Leroy. You want to know why? Because he hasn't fixed it, dude. That's why. You promised me you were going to fix it. You told me it was going to be fixed, and it's more broken than ever. And you have the audacity to say it can't get worse? Really, dude? Well, by my count, in about 10 days, I think it can be. Because you have an absolute rhinoceros coming in at quarterback from Buffalo. And trust me when I tell you, it can get worse. So don't even have the gall to tell people the good news is it can't get worse. Are you kidding me?
We got three offensive guys hurt and banged up, and they only played 29 plays.
Crazy.
Dude, I like, not for nothing.
They made Leroy, he made Leroy sad. Like, did you see Leroy?
He's depressed. Yeah.
It's not. Listen,
Been the same.
here's why I'm annoyed by this. I should not be able to watch a game and sit on my couch and say, here's how I would adjust to defeat that. And the guy who you paying all that money to hasn't figured it out. Is that okay to say?
Yeah.
Right? Like, for example, if me and Tobin are doing a show, right? You should not expect Tobin to know more football than me. Nor should you expect me to know more about the fight game than Tobin. It's just, that's the way it is.
Expertise.
So if I'm explaining football to you in this way, and I've simplified, I haven't even made it complicated. What do you think the head coach and the offensive guru should be doing? That's what I'm frustrated about.
And how many gurus do you need? You bring in all these people. Your little frat pack there. Slowick and Frank Smith. Oh, Frank tells me this tight end's going to be great. The guy had a recording deal last year. Get the hell out of here. That was your solution at tight end?
Don't you have to win to be a guru?
He was one everywhere else.
Not calling plays, he wasn't.
Yeah, that was Shanahan.
Sitting there just, saying.
I would just say that I told you, Tobin, that if I saw a sweep or a bubble screen, I was going to lose my mind.
Yep.
I have extended that to also include the deep square in with 8 of the 11 guys in the middle of the field.
Nice.
Because, wait, now, listen. I'm going to say this, and this is not a knock on the person I'm getting ready to say this about. X ain't no damn offensive guru.
Xavier Howard?
Yeah. If he could figure it out, you ain't doing something right. Because you should always be one step ahead of a defensive player.
Oh, no. If he could figure this out, and he hasn't played in 2 years.
Right.
Offense has not adjusted in the 2 years that he hasn't played. Because he would know your offense very well since he played defense. He was defensive back of your team. So he would know from training camp and practices. So being the fact that they signed him, 2 weeks before the game, and he was able to tell them everything that was about to happen. And if you really look at that game, it looked like the Colts knew exactly what the Dolphins were going to do. Their play calls, their adjustments, their audibles, all of that.
There was no adjustments. When was the last time you saw Tua audible? He doesn't. Okay? So, listen, as much as I say defenses are dumb, right? If you only give them one thing to think about, they can fix that.
I wish you would stop saying that, though. It's just not very nice.
What?
Just that defenses are dumb. It's just not polite.
They are.
Just
You know why? You know why? Because they're the only positions in sports that think it make them look smart if they yell which way you going.
Yeah, well,
They're the only people in sports, right? That if you run the same play 3 times, they can cover it. But if you deviate from that, they seem lost.
So what happens?
Yeah, but how about when Tua had to yell at his team to get in the right place?
I'm just saying.
I was like, oh my God. Like we're still. Can we just tell you something?
No, listen.
Let me say
from the offensive side of the ball, every team that happens every game.
Does it?
That's not Don't
let it happen down 30.
No, but it just happens. Sometimes you'll go out and line up.
No, dude.
Because when you hear the play call, to be honest with you, some of the plays are really wordy. And when you listen to the play, you sometimes forget the formation.
I'll tell you
that's not an indication of how bad you are.
It's not an indication of how good they are. And let me tell you something, Mike. You say it can't get worse? Let me tell you your one saving grace with that game. It was on the road. And I'd hate to see what the fan reaction is going to be like today if you put up another clunker like that. Because I got to imagine, my friend, this fan base is coming in heated for this game.
Then. So first possession is very critical for the Dolphins.
Oh, yeah.
And wait a minute.
I'm talking about this.
I got another one. Another one for you. Besides the adjustment to their offense is having Alex Ingold run the crossing route. We ain't going to even talk about that.
I just don't understand why.
But you ever notice the square end always comes from left to right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be noticing that. Dude, if I can watch a game and point out, I shouldn't be noticing that. I always watch the game and say, ooh, this is what I think they're going to do. Let me see what the adjustment is. And they run the same damn thing.
Are you sure you're just not advanced?
You're not AI?
You sure? You're saying Lou Anarumo's going to notice that going in?
X noticed it.
By the way.
Wait, because here, let me explain something to you. When you do zone blitz, right? The guy who's blitzing, which is the DBs, and you drop one of those fat linemen off, when you practice it in practice, you put a parking cone and you tell him, go to the parking cone. You don't tell him to cover anybody. Where do you want me to drop back? Drop back to this area right here. You ain't got to adjust. You ain't got to do nothing. He going to throw it right to you. So when the fat ass rush in drops back to the parking cone and you throw it to him, you know what's better than a sack for a big man? A pick 20 yards down the field.
Not me.
He was supposed to be there.
No, did you see his face? His face was going right to the camera, like he wanted smoke with the.
We need to get Leroy Cam during the game.
Oh, a camcord, like a camera, a Leroy Cam.
Yeah, Leroy Cam.
Dude,
nah.
What would Socrates say to that?
Socrates would say, "You dump the box of rocks
flying everywhere. Wings might be flying.
Socrates would say, "Don't take my name out your mouth. We ain't on the same level."
Wow. Yo,
what would Socrates say to that?
McDaniel has upset Leroy. I've never seen this.
Here's why. Here's why I'm upset with Mike McDaniel. Because I know he's better than this.
Yeah, are we sure? We may think that he is. I don't know.
Dude,
I anticipated this.
Here comes the crossing route. Left to right. Uh-oh. Fat ass Russian is in the way. I wonder how they figured that out. Because you've been running the same stuff for 3 years.
Dude, Leroy,
that's not Mike McDaniel's way.
Change it up. Run the crossing route from right to left.
Leroy lost it.
Dude, am I wrong? Am I lying?
You're not lying, but
okay.
But you're usually the calm. Tobin's usually
because I'm just because you know why here. You know why I can usually be calm? Let me tell you why. Because in some cases, Tobin lucks up on being right, but he don't really know why he's right.
I don't.
And in my mind, I'm breaking it all down.
No, but I know things. Don't say that. I don't luck into it.
Dude.
I'm a big snack time guy.
Oh, I'm gonna go get me a piece of cheesecake in this next break.
Guys,
I'm just telling you, dude. I
just want to know why they keep on going sideways. Like the end zone's north and south. They're always throwing sideways.
Dude, let me tell you something. Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle are the smallest two guys on the field. Why are they blocking for each other? You got 1,000. You got 1,200, 1,300 pounds of beef in between the hash marks, and your solution is let's put Alex Ingold in to catch a ball and have Tyreek and Waddle block for him. Figure that out.
Ergo, what do you want him to tell him to do?
Anything else?
No, you want him to tell him to fix it. Fix it. They just played during the first take break a Gatorade commercial with Josh Allen.
Oh, you hate that?
And do you want to know what they did? Exactly what Gatorade is supposed to do. Josh Allen highlight, black and white video, sweating purple Gatorade. And this tour has to do a stupid DM ad. I'm going to show him who I am. Idiots. Fire your agent.
Hey, by the way, I would say somebody says I stay quiet when it comes to Greer because he's the Michigan Ross mouthpiece. Like, wait a minute.
Get out of here.
There is no person that has been more critical of the way they have built this team up front with injured players and guys who used to be good. Okay? I have complained about that in any sport. I will tell you, I'm not spending top dollars for a player that is coming off an injury because of where I am. The Dolphins are not in a position to wait it out. They ain't got time for all that. So why are you bringing in players that's going to sit out the whole offseason and then you got to baby them back into football?
Yeah, no. Well,
you set yourself up for trouble.
You're more concerned about that than Chris Greer is, you know? That's how it works with him.
I don't, but to be fair, I was like that with Tua. So, and it had nothing to do with Tua's ability. I just said I would have drafted the healthy quarterback over one that has had injuries. It doesn't mean that it can't work out or that it won't work out. I'm just saying, based on where this franchise is, the one thing you need more than anything, you don't need stars. You don't need Pro Bowlers. You know what you need on this team? Active participants.
Listen, I'm going to ask you.
Cam started on Tuesday, and by Wednesday, you had 8 guys on IR. You just started. Why you hurt already? What you nursing? I seen you on the party boats, and I seen you having fun in Greece and Italy and all over the world, and then you come to play football and I got a hammy? No. So I would have fixed that first. That would have been the first thing. If I had a 90-man roster, besides the guys that got hurt last year and coming back, I would have had about 85 full goers. Because that's what this team needs. Active participants.
You know what they are? They're like that. You may want to go fill up the gas. That's where they live. Take a break. Back after this.